Ryan, you can start it from here.
Well,
Here's a clap.
Wait, let me move all my beers. What? No, I don't think anyone knew what you were even doing. I look over and you're just...
We're ready to go, Ryan.
That was unintentionally the most autistic thing I've done in a long time. Just trying to get a clap out of these clammy hands.
These meat sticks at the end of these stumps, dude.
Ryan, you probably keep all that in. Run the intro.
He broke his ankles. Now he's got an entourage. He is Houdini. Big Keith Trailer. Look at him rumble. 40, 50. Watch out. The earth is shaking. He's at the 30.
Tackle your losses with another episode of the Tackle for Loss podcast, the premium New Zealand NFL gambling podcast.
Fires into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. No.
Welcome back to the Tackle for Loss show. Take your losses for the tackle with the Tackle for Loss show. Have you ever filled your beer up so much and had so much foam that you can drink it and snort it at the same time? Because I just did.
That's wild.
That's
man.
what
I'm your host with the most, Curry. Joined as usual on the far side, there's Kiefer. And then Grayson Hollick in the middle.
Grayson.
And then in the booth, as usual, in New York, Harry Rose.
Yes, sir.
Public enemy number one over there.
Yes, sir.
In New York, yeah, he would be too.
Yeah, see that
Yeah.
fan, but while they were playing the Knicks, walking around in a Halliburton jersey, and he was getting like garbage bags and shit thrown at him.
I hate sport when it comes to that sort of stuff. Like Philadelphia, fucking New York. I love it when there's the hype. Like you see the side talk videos
Yeah.
that sort of got like the Rizzler in it and shit like that. Love it. And then as soon as it doesn't go their way, they get abusive.
No,
towards
this was
other
before the
fans.
series.
Oh, is that a before the series? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Tyrese Halliburton then flew him out to Indiana for game 4.
that-
You
I did
say
see
you
that,
say
yeah.
like the Eagles passionate, real cool to see.
Yeah.
Well, didn't we talk about just last year that at their playoff game or something, and they ripped that dude's jersey off his back?
Yeah.
Even though they won the game.
That was a what?
Yeah, no, so I hate that
Yeah,
unsportsmanlike.
he was saying
I thought that was
There,
in your.
there was an example of
Oh,
unsportsmanlike.
right.
Yeah.
That was the
Speaking of-
NFC Championship game.
It was
Right.
too. Speaking of unsportsmanlike and just fucking, actually not really, just speaking of people being fucking shitheads, the PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, won the Champions League.
They did.
Have you seen Paris?
No.
It's like a riot.
Oh, it's like they're like burning Paris down after they win. They're
Really?
celebrating.
I don't get. Is this a new trend? I feel like it got really popular with Philadelphia.
I'd say, well, what's happened
think it
over
is
the
a
past
trend
few
thing.
years
Yeah.
in Europe?
Well-
What's happened over the past? Mass migration, perhaps. No, I kid.
Well,
It happens in Philadelphia too.
It happened in Kansas City where someone took a gun to the Super Bowl parade after they won it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It happened
No
in
way they did
Paris.
that.
Yeah.
In Liverpool after they won the Premier League, some guy started driving a car through the crowd.
Oh, is that where that was?
It's every parade now is just fucked
Yeah,
up.
but however,
crazy.
so those were acts of extreme violence
Yeah.
that was not necessarily connected to
Yeah.
the event itself.
Sure.
This is a direct result. This is the people that are celebrating are burning the city.
Yeah.
See a brand new Porsche that was parked out on the street got literally burnt to the ground.
That's fuck.
It's just a
Yeah.
carcass of a Porsche.
I wonder.
Just ashes.
I don't know
Harry.
why you lead to violence and that sort of shit. Like, you should be enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, just
Yeah.
make
Well,
I
love,
think it's just a
make
difference
love on the street.
I think it's just a difference in culture.
Oh, yeah? Compared to where?
Well, what's happened in Europe past few years?
I can't,
Oh, open borders.
Great start, guys.
Sports and political.
You know where this
commentary.
wouldn't happen?
Yeah.
Poland.
Oh yeah.
You know why?
Why is that?
Their borders are closed.
Their borders are closed.
I think they've learned from
I was
past
gonna say,
mistakes.
yeah. Too many times.
Not again.
Yeah.
We're now a historical show.
Yeah, this is four white guys talking about European politics.
That'll do well.
Yeah.
No, what were you going to say?
Um,
I thought you had something just before.
nah, I think I've. Oh wait, does that mean my Barcelona bet missed? because I had
Oh,
them
did
to
you have
win.
them
Yes,
to win
yes, it
Champions
did.
League? Yes, you did.
Yeah, it
That
did.
sucks.
Oh
my
yeah,
boss
They weren't
won
even
it
in
for
the
Christmas.
this is on your outrights thing, eh? That you
Yeah,
were,
well,
They-
should
they
we do
weren't
it
even in
next
the
week 'cause
final.
none of us have updated the sheet.
Yeah,
So
we'll
should we
do-
do an update and we'll fill everyone in
What
next
do you
week?
Is this just
mean?
going to be a running bit where we say we'll update it next week and we just
Yeah.
never do?
Also, if people are waiting for our updated jobs, we were going to be job wise, how we did that bit last week.
oh yeah, we can't do it this
We can't
week.
do it this week. I forgot to print it.
Yeah.
So
Now we'll play some. I thought we'll play some
Maybe
fun
next
little games.
week.
Maybe do another wavelength or something for players, and then something a little fun.
and towards the end there,
Yeah. No, update on my season long one. I can do that right now actually. 'cause
Go for it.
I've
yeah,
been
yeah.
checking on it. I've been
Yeah,
checking on
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
The Yankees to win the World Series down from $9 to now $7.
That's a good sign.
So they are, I think, leading. They just lost. I think they traded one game for one game with the Dodgers, who are the favorites to win the whole
Yeah.
thing.
They got smoked in one
Yeah,
of them.
23-5 or
Holy
something.
shit.
Yeah, they got fucking waxed.
So, but no, so they are, but their record is about the same as the Yankees. So, about the Dodgers. So,
Yeah. The Tigers are the best team in baseball.
No way, Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
well,
That's
they're not.
probably
They're
the
not.
first in a very long time.
Yeah.
They're not even.
Detroit's the new sports capital of America, man.
Yeah, it's happening for them.
Yeah,
Hopefully
the
they can bring
Pistons
some,
still suck.
with Trump's tariffs. Hopefully they can bring some industry back.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be local, man.
Yeah.
Ford, yeah, yeah. Well, Ford's still there.
Yeah,
Are
but
they?
I think they're offshore.
Yeah, they'll definitely be.
They're
they'll
all in
definitely,
China.
Yeah.
They'll open. They'll have to open the
100%.
factories again.
Yeah, yeah.
Tigers are $9.50. You know, good thing I didn't put a bet on the Orioles to win
They
it this year.
suck.
Your gay little bird team.
Yeah, they suck. They're proving to be very gay this year. 251 to 1 is their odds.
What's my Astros paying?
I don't think it pays that high.
That's a good thing because they're doing.
What
well.
about
No.
what about
It's
what about
$21.
what about the Brewers? While you're
Top-
there?
Your top 10? Give me your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th favorite, 8th equal favorite.
Okay.
And what do you want, Gary?
Milwaukee Brewers, please.
11, 12,
Fuck,
13,
give me
14,
the Mariners
15,
while you're
16,
there.
17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Your 21st favorites.
Hey,
$81 odds.
it's not bad.
And what about
The Mariners.
the Marins?
Mariners at the 8th, tied with the Astros.
Yeah,
8th favorite, $21 odds. So
They,
you guys
they
want to
just
chuck a bit
there was
on
a cool
there.
video over the weekend. They brought a kid up from their feeder team.
Yeah.
And in his first game, he hit a walk off to win the game.
Yeah. So
Just a
sick.
walk off single to win the
It's
game.
super
Fucking
cool,
dope.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what's annoying? I asked in the chat. So we did the whole thing last week about you picked a team that you thought could win it. Was Commanders.
Oh, yeah.
Then you did
Yeah,
the numbers, and $80 got put on them to win it. So I asked Bowman in the chat. You guys obviously saw. Asked Bowman in the chat. Bowman, who would you pick?
Yeah.
Trying to sneak one in there. And if he said something like, "Oh, the Bengals" or whoever, I would have gone and chucked a $20 bet
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
just for Bowman's
Yeah.
sake, so he had something in the
Yeah.
game. And then he just replies with, "The Patriots, baby! It's oh yeah!
That's
Oh
my
yeah!"
boy.
And I
Hell yeah.
said, no,
He's
no,
a
no.
lifer, man.
I said, no, not the fucking Patriots, not your own team. He just didn't reply with another
no.
team.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't,
So,
he doesn't
he
care
couldn't
about
bring- he
any
wouldn't
other
bring
team.
himself
he
to
can't
say
do
it.
yeah.
it.
So,
He can't say another team's going to win.
No.
you know what he
No,
says
no.
every year though? Is
that
that
is that yeah?
it's our year, and
Yeah.
then when you ask him who's going to win the games, he goes, "Oh well, I think we'll take one off Buffalo. We always go 1 for 1."
Well, hold on. Ryan's
He
gonna be up towards the end of the month.
We
well,
can do
maybe,
that bit again.
maybe we run through the Patriots season again and
Yeah.
see what he said, because he did pretty well. To be fair,
He
they
did
did
do
they
pretty
did take one off the Bills last year.
We did. We do every year.
They always go
So-
1-1, man.
So he knows what he's talking about, you know.
He does. He's a lifer.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Too bad the Bruins still fucking suck. Hold that, Ryan.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Get into some bets, eh?
yeah, might as well. Might as well. Talk about last week's bets.
Yeah.
I can go first because mine's still going.
Okay.
It's not hit yet. Because, I mean, the Pacers are now in the final.
Yeah.
Right,
True.
yeah, good
Shout out
point.
to the boys.
Good
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
But obviously it won't hit for a couple of weeks, so we won't know.
Yep. Mine, I had the bet against the Sky because that's Angel Reese's team.
Yeah.
And put a bet on Indiana because that is Caitlin Clark's team. Neither of those hit. In my-
Right.
in
I
my
thought the
multi.
Sky were like 0-7.
Well,
Oh,
no.
against the Sky. So it's the team playing the Sky I bet on.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I thought the Sky hadn't won a game yet.
Oh, had it. Oh, sorry. Well, no. According to our betting provider, I had 2 X's. So
Yeah, they bet the Wings back to back.
Dallas.
there we go.
Damn.
Yeah.
97-92, then 94-83.
There we
Yeah.
are. I got proven wrong.
I had one win in the
Oh,
3 league
your-
multi.
your card,
One
yeah.
won, one lost, and one was refunded. I don't know why. I didn't look it up.
Ah, interesting. There we go.
Did your whole bet get refunded?
No, because one of the leagues lost.
Mine got refunded when that happened last week.
Well, I got cheated. Then
Yeah.
I'll be
Got-
contacting
yeah.
who I need to, and if not, they'll lose a toe.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Which one?
Big toe.
Big toe.
It fucks
Yeah.
with your balance.
Yeah.
The big toe's the most essential toe.
That's right.
Damn.
My bet. What did I have? Oh, I had the USFL or UFL bet.
Mm.
3 out of the 4 legs hit.
Don't say it was the Michigan Panthers lost.
The one
again.
that didn't was the team that was favored the most
Oh shit.
Yeah.
at $1.19 to win it, and
the
they
hell?
didn't, and they lost.
Was it the Showboats?
No, the Showboats bet
Ah.
the team,
Ah.
which was the Michigan Panthers.
Shit.
Is that your least favorite team? Then?
Yeah, I think I hate-
two-
yeah, I-
Right,
yeah.
Detroit,
so.
the sports capital of America.
Yeah. No, Michigan.
Yeah. You know what they say, any given Sunday.
Do they play on Sundays?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
They say it.
Could not tell you.
Yeah. Then this week's
What has everyone got?
nothing really. I'll go first.
I got surfing.
Okay.
I'll go first. Sounds like someone's not betting on surfing.
Someone's generally not
I don't know
betting
about
on
that. So I had Super Rugby again.
Your favourite.
Yeah, about my favorite, and I just couldn't be fucked.
What makes Super Rugby different from other sports?
It's just honestly, it's just.
What makes it super?
You watched the joke there.
You were remarking earlier that Super Rugby has no differentiating factor, nothing that makes it unique.
Oh right.
That's what you were asking before the show.
That was a very specific answer.
Yeah.
I'm sure it has things. You just weren't giving me the answers I needed.
Okay, yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so shut the fuck up, please. And I thought, well, I've got Super Rugby. I don't really want to research it for the millionth time because I keep doing either quizzes or stating facts or looking deep into it. I don't give a fuck about
Okay.
Super Rugby anymore.
Yeah.
Right? We actually never did. Don't give a fuck anymore.
Well,
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
thing is that they're into the playoffs now.
Well, what Super Rugby? There's a million different Super Rugbys.
Oh, okay. Is there different ones?
Yes.
Oh, I
Got
don't
to
know.
be, gotta be
Ah, I
specific.
thought
Which one are you
I
talking
thought
about?
It was only the one.
Talking about the Japanese one or?
Hold on. Let me. Oh, you know why? Because I clicked on the wrong thing.
Can we bet on worldwide rugby?
Yeah, Japanese. There's some Europe
So,
and some UK stuff.
I'm not betting on Super
Have
Rugby.
you heard that massive thing about Europe at the moment?
I don't know if I have.
What's been going on with you recently?
Illegal migration.
Sorry, guys. I'll just carry on.
Yeah,
So I'm not
yeah.
betting on Super Rugby
Right, okay.
because I must have read it wrong.
Oh, that old chestnut,
Yeah.
eh?
So maybe
yeah.
he's betting on surfing.
Well, no, because the annoying thing as well is that
The rugby of the sea.
I still bet on rugby. You know, it's kind of like if I was going to bet on Super Rugby, what I was supposed to bet on, I should have at least bet on something I enjoyed.
Yeah.
But I just messed it up, so I just bet on different rugby. So I still bet on rugby, just not the really awesome one, you know. Not the fucking-
Not the one that will get the New Zealand fans really,
Yeah,
you know.
not the super one.
Not the super one. Brilliant.
Is that the new thing for Super Rugby?
Yeah.
Well, you can't do this, can you?
I don't think they can. No.
Maybe
So
in
I
Europe you
I think
can.
that's why Poland closed their borders.
I think that was
Anyway, so the rugby I
Just
am
throwing
betting
their
on.
heart out
Isn't
to
that
you.
what the chief guy does on the logo?
it. I think so.
isn't
It's
he like
across the
this?
chest.
Yeah.
But like maybe he started there and
He's
he brought
just
it
been in a
around.
big boom.
So anyway, can I carry on?
yeah.
So anyway, I'm betting on NRL. The next best rugby.
Is that
the I think they call it awesome rugby, something like that.
Awesome rugby,
Yeah. Not quite super.
Not quite super. Awesome rugby.
And I thought, well, I've been losing a lot of bets lately.
Me too,
Right?
but
Like
sorry,
I haven't
yeah.
won in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And so you can either go two ways about it, right?
You can lose more.
Either you
Yeah.
start losing more, but you kind of just keep it on the same trajectory. And if you keep going on the same trajectory, even if you win one, you're not making up your numbers. You know? I've lost so many
I see what you're
that
saying.
a little fucking $4 odd multi is not going to get me back up in the positives.
You're saying go big
100%
or go home.
or go home.
Yeah.
And so I went
Oh,
super
well,
big.
you guys didn't discuss. Sorry, you guys didn't discuss where you are this week.
Oh.
We're in Cree's home.
Ryan's chucking it up in there.
Yeah,
Cree's
we're at
home.
Ryan's home.
We're in Ryan's living room
Ryan's
right
living
now.
room.
Okay.
On his
With
casting
that
couch.
purple throw.
Anyway, so I'll try this again for a millionth time.
Sorry,
So,
it's an
yeah.
important show bit that we have going.
It absolutely is.
So I built a little multi, and I thought, hey, I got to shoot for the stars because there's no point in me winning anything small. I'll still be in the negatives.
Yeah, yeah.
So I went for the good old, the classic anytime try scorer, much like the anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
Nice.
And just threw a few names in there, guys that were on good form recently,
Okay.
or just consistent tries. One guy's been on consistent tries, and he's still paying quite a lot, so I threw him in there too.
So sorry, you did end up researching rugby in the end.
Well, no, because if you go on the right betting providers, it has the recent form of how many tries
okay.
they've scored
Yeah,
and that
okay.
kind of stuff. So, I've got Alex Johnston, anytime scorer for the Rabbitohs versus the Raiders. I've got Gerald Skelton, anytime for the West Tigers versus the Panthers. I've got Josh Curran, anytime for the Bulldogs versus the Eels. I've got KL Ero, anytime for the Sharks versus the Warriors. And then I've also gone Philip Sami, anytime for the Titans versus the Broncos. Those five combined is $100 to $1 odds.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
he's winning it back.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll chuck my standard unit on that.
yeah.
And
it'll be
it's
a big,
it's a massive payout.
big payout, yeah.
So
Well, as you say, go big or go move to France, open borders.
yeah, that's what they say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very
So
nice.
yeah, that's my bet this week.
Cool, man.
Nothing crazy, but actually, no, it is crazy. Nothing special. Actually, no, it's quite super, isn't it?
No, it's awesome.
Oh, it's
It's
awesome.
awesome.
Ah,
Who wants next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I got given motorsport. There wasn't a hell of a lot available, to be honest. I was quite surprised. So I
sounds
just
like a guy that didn't bet on motorsport.
no. I did. I still did. I didn't decide to just choose a completely different sport. So I just went back to supercars. Supercars are reliable every weekend, pretty much.
And you know a little bit about it too.
I do, and I did some extra research.
Oh.
So currently, the Australian Supercars Championship is in still a bit of a state of evolution, navigate a balance between tradition and modernisation.
Sounds
the
like
sport-
Europe.
Yeah, like Europe. While the sport has faced challenges, also making strides with new regulations, car designs, and increased focus on attracting the next generation of fans. The Gen 3 rule set, introduced in 2023, introduced the Camaro, the Mustang, and they're looking at bringing in Toyota. So it's going to be a Supra.
I thought you were going to say Prius.
well, is it is it
No.
Toyota or is it BMW?
You, Toyota, but if you squint, you don't really know.
If you squint, yeah. They're flying past that quickly. You're like, oh,
Yeah, so I've got to look at some challenges that the sport as a whole is facing at the moment.
okay.
So they've lost free-to-air coverage. So just generic
Oh,
people
like
who want
free-
to watch. Yeah,
free-
Free
you gotta
years
pay
and
now.
like you can just
yeah, so you have to be on either like their own subscription service or like with like Sky Sport or whatever
Ah,
that
shit,
they're
that's
shown on.
fucking everything's a subscription service these days.
Yeah, everything's a subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
crazy.
like growing up, like a lot of like even New Zealand and Australia, you could just watch it on
Yeah, it's
just
on like
regular
TV3 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Another thing, F1's dominance. So recently, the rises of Formula One's popularity through mostly the Drive to Survive series makes it difficult for supercars to capture the attention of casual fans.
For sure.
Keeping Ford and other manufacturers involved, they've tried a lot to try keep them involved with the changing of the cars and
Shit.
the whole parity thing. So parity is essentially where they take the different manufacturers and they make them essentially build to have the same specs in terms of overall engine performance,
Make it as fair as possible.
aerodynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it fair, make it closer racing,
Yeah.
and an evolving fan base. So some of the other people who used to watch it with Holden and Ford, you've got to still bring them along for the journey.
Sure. Yeah.
Some of the difficulties that they're facing, the new rule set and regulations. Some of the fans aren't really liking it, and essentially they're just trying to develop. The main issue that people are finding is used to just be able to say, "Oh, like my dad's got this. He's got a Commodore or he's got a Falcon."
Yeah.
And
Especially New Zealand.
You can
yeah.
relate to that because it's essentially like, "I've got that in the garage."
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So like trying to keep that involved, it's kind of hard. Also, a lot of those people who would normally have those cars have switched because the price of petrol has gone up. So like a lot of the people in New Zealand and Australia who would normally watch it are now driving diesel-based four-wheel drives or utes, etc. So it changes a lot of the sport. So what we're going to have a look at is we're going to do a brief quiz.
Okay.
Loves a quiz.
Sure,
Loves a quiz.
sure.
Yeah.
Essentially between what is kind of their main competition at the moment. So the differences between supercars and F1.
Okay. Yep.
Right, boys, we're going to do a quiz.
Loves a quiz.
Yeah, it's a quiz.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right. Which of the following statements about vehicle drivetrain is true?
Vehicle drivetrain.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
Well, it's a train that
Just
drives.
ask the question, bro.
A. Both Formula One and supercars use rear-wheel drive, but only F1 uses a transaxle gearbox. B. Supercars use all-wheel drive, F1 uses rear-wheel drive. C. F1 cars use continuously variable transmissions, supercars use double-clutch gearboxes. Or D. Both use front-wheel drive for better traction on street circuits.
A.
That was all gibberish to me. C.
I'll go B then.
The answer is A. Both Formula One and supercars use rear-wheel drive, but only F1 uses a transaxle gearbox.
Yeah.
Losers drink.
Car guy.
Car guy.
Yeah, who's the biggest car guy?
Brum brum.
I know zero about cars.
Question 2. Which race format feature is unique?
I thought you're the one that's not sick.
Oh, I choked on beer.
You try snorting it again.
Went down the wrong hole.
Which race format feature is unique to Supercars Australia? A. Sprint races under 30 minutes. B. Reverse grid races in some events. C. Mandatory two-tyre compound strategy. Or D. Park firm conditions post-qualifying, which means once they qualify, they can't touch the car. Essentially, their setup is their setup.
Whoa.
B.
This is
D.
literally a shot in the dark. D.
B. There's no reverse grid. in
This
this
whole
one.
thing is just a fucking shot in the dark.
I said D. The
D?
park, they can't touch
Yeah.
it.
I said B. I might have understood the question wrong.
B. It is B.
yeah.
So
Oh.
Supercars in some races have reverse grid.
Ah.
Yeah, and
Cool.
F1 there's no reverse grid.
Trippy.
Three.
Wait, what was the... Okay, yeah, no, carry on.
3. What is the typical engine rev limit in a modern supercar? A. 11,000 RPM. B. 8,500 RPM. C. 6,500 RPM. Or D. 18,000 RPM.
A.
Can you run through them again?
A. 11,000 RPM. B. 8,500 RPM. C. 6,500 RPM. Or D. 18,000 RPM.
Just go big or go to France. I'm going to go 18,000 RPM D.
We're going A.
You go, Nate?
A.
You go, Nate? The answer is C. 6,500 RPM.
Really?
Oh, not that bad.
It's quite low.
And would you say that's higher or lower than F1's RPM?
Lower.
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 It is lower. F1's is 15,000.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
4.
I mean, six. What was it? 6.5.
Oh,
6,500
That's
RPM.
low
twice
for
now.
like street cars that are.
Yep.
Damn.
Question 4. Which component is a key factor in Formula One's tyre strategy that does not apply to supercars? A. The use of thermal blankets, tyre warmers. B. Variable tyre widths across axles. C. A single compound for all weekend sessions. Or D. Central tyre inflation systems.
C.
Oh, D.
What
Central
one was
tyre inflation.
the compound one?
C.
I'll go C.
The answer is A. Only
Damn.
F1 uses tyre blankets.
Damn, that was what I was first going to go for because I thought it was a cute
Same.
idea.
Well, I thought, can you really fit them inside those arches? Probably not. And then I didn't pick it.
So we all thought A, and then we all went
Yeah.
so different dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go get in your own head.
This is like speaking Spanish to me, man. I have no idea what any of this shit means.
Well, this is how you learn.
Yeah, true.
Question 5. Which of the following elements is not used in Supercars Australia Gen 3 vehicles? A.
Fuck, I only know Gen 2.
A. Power steering. B. Traction control. C. Sequential gearbox. Or D. Rear wing aerodynamic tuning.
B.
What
What's
was it?
not
Not used.
Which of the following elements is
What's
not
A and B?
is not used in Supercars Australia Gen 3?
What's A and B?
A is power steering. B is traction control. C. Sequential gearbox. And
They
D.
ain't got
rear wing
traction control in
aerodynamic
that
tuning.
bitch.
C.
Yeah,
C.
no, it's B. I don't
Sequential.
think they have. You think what? You think it's not sequential?
No,
I don't know what sequential means.
neither. But it feels like something that F1 might have.
This has nothing to do with F1.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with F1.
This is just a Supercars question.
I'll stick with it.
What did you choose, Harry?
Fuck B.
B?
They ain't got traction control.
The answer is B. They don't have traction
Yeah.
control. So
Damn.
Super,
The car guy.
Supercars banned traction control in the latest gen, and F1 doesn't use it due to technical regulations.
It's like aim assist on COD, man. It just makes it too easy.
Yeah. Question 6.
Well, yeah, it probably doesn't allow them to do as much, right? They can't make that
Well, I think it's
decision
more
'cause-
you have to drive the car to like how you can handle it.
Yeah.
Question 6 was the approximate weight of a current F1 car. with driver and liquids in it? A, 620 kg.
So before they piss.
Yeah, does the driver have liquid in
So
it?
this is pre-piss, post-piss,
I think
mid-piss,
I think
piss in the car.
mid piss and pissing while in the car,
Okay.
I would be
Plus
driving
wet
a 300
diaper?
kilometers an hour.
including wet diaper.
Okay.
If enough drivers piss on the track, do they have to get the slicks out? You know, like the wet.
Yeah, it's a new regulation actually.
How much piss on the track before the safety car comes out?
I think it's about 5 drivers
5 drivers, yeah.
in about 10 laps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half the grid, you know.
Yeah. A,
Do they piss more in the summer, the hot locations? The hot
Do they-
tracks?
Because they probably sweat it out.
They sweat it out.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
can retain the liquid
I see.
Do they
Otherwise-
piss more on the straights or the corners?
on the straights.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that release. Yeah, you don't concentrate as much.
A, 620
What's the
kg.
question?
Sorry.
How heavy are they?
What is the approximate?
Plus, including piss.
What is the approximate weight of a current Formula One car with driver and piss? A, 620 kg. B, 798 kg. C, 1,300 kg. Or D, 950 kg.
B. It was the most precise.
I think they're quite.
C.
Well, they're quite light.
Wait, no, D.
What was B
B was 798 kg.
and D?
950.
Oh, wait.
I'll go.
Stop coughing into the microphone.
I'll go 950.
So
I'm
sorry.
going I'm going D 950.
I want to go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wait, yeah, D. D is 950?
Yeah.
Okay.
D. I want D.
Well, you're wrong. Harry's right.
Fuck's
It's,
sake.
it's B, 798 kg.
God damn.
It was
That's
the only one that
crazy
wasn't
low.
rounded.
Was it?
Hey? Yeah, it was the only one that wasn't rounded. Yeah. Question 7. Which statement about refueling is true? A, both series require refueling during races.
Don't piss in it.
B, Formula One banned in-race refueling in 2010. C, supercars and F1 use the same fuel type. Or D, refueling is banned in supercars.
The Formula One refueling
Yeah,
one.
B. Too many dudes got set on fire.
That one.
Yeah.
The answer is B, Formula One banned in-race refueling in 2010.
Nice.
And
How
they,
does that
they use
work?
hybrid engines now.
What do you mean? How's it work? How's what work?
They just don't.
So you have to have enough in the car to
Yeah.
last you the entire
The entire
race.
race.
They used to not because it was lighter, so you could go faster.
Oh,
So you
no
might as well
shit.
go lighter,
Yeah.
refuel while you have to do the tires anyway.
Yeah.
But now you
But then,
can't.
yeah,
So
So-
it's
a lot of
it's a
people got
safety
set
thing.
on fire.
Right.
but now they
You
you
can
know
look those up on YouTube. Great compilations.
yeah. They only
They post them themselves.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
they only put enough fuel in to do exactly the amount of laps as they need to do.
Right, yeah.
Like you couldn't do another like 2 laps. You can do probably another 1 lap.
Yeah.
But you can't do another 2 laps, otherwise you'd
Suppose
stop
that make-
halfway
And
through.
it's like
Sense.
everything's
They're not really
weighed.
doing any extras.
Everything's also weighed pre-race and post-race, including the drivers, to see how much it pissed.
Yeah.
It's big. It's big. You should honestly search up on YouTube. Big piss montage. They post it themselves. They post it themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Question 8. In which series are drivers more likely to face drive-through penalties for contact between cars? A, Formula One. B, supercars. C, both equally. Or D, neither. It's really penalised.
I haven't seen any fast foods on the track, so I don't know how they do any drive-through.
A, Formula One.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Formula One. It feels like, you know, it's a bit more hoity-toity, where
Yeah.
supercars to me are more like,
And supercars, they're rubbing.
yo, Robin.
They're
yeah.
rubbing.
race.
Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I did listen to the question. I was too busy thinking about my joke about takeaways.
Would
So
you-
I'm gonna go A. I'm gonna go A.
Well, you're right. It's Formula One.
Yeah, we're all right.
Oh, do you all say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's due to the fact that they're open wheel racing. If
Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
shit gets
true.
hit,
Yeah.
whereas
Yeah.
supercars is more physical and allows door to
Pissed on the track,
Yeah.
open wheel, spraying
Oh, we
piss.
literally watched that compilation of the
Piss.
Monster Energy guy.
Yeah.
Driving, and that was real physical. He really rubbed one out with those chappers.
How much do supercars weigh?
Pre and post come.
Thank you for finishing my joke for me. I was laughing.
Got you, dog.
Thank you for finishing for me. That's come.
We're siblings.
Question 9. We've got 2 more questions. We can get through it.
I thought this was a quick quiz.
This is 10 questions. Someone started talking about piss, which is double the length of the quiz. How do the transmission systems in Formula One and supercars differ in terms of gear shifting technology? F1 uses paddle shifters with seamless shift technology. Supercars use a manual H pattern gearbox. B, both use fully automatic transmissions with driver override. C, F1 uses pedal shifters with seamless shift, and supercars use sequential gear levers without seamless shifting. Or D, supercars have clutchless gearboxes like F1 but shift with voice command.
Wait, what was the question? What one's correct?
C.
Which is the correct one?
What's the difference between A and
How
C?
the supercars shift.
Yeah.
One was an H.
A is supercars use H pattern gearboxes, and C is
that-
sequential
Is
gear
that an
shifter.
HP?
Wait,
Yeah,
was one of those F1?
Yeah, I want to go there.
F1
Yeah.
uses pedal shifters in both.
that's just confirmed.
Oh, and both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going A.
I'm going C.
Holy fuck! I'm
Wait, what
confused.
one was that? Not the H pack thingy. For
H pattern is A.
yeah, what's the
Sequential
other
gearbox is C.
What
C.
one
I'm gonna-
talks
We
about?
talked about sequentials, didn't we?
Yeah.
What one talks about steering with a
Shit.
joystick?
I've locked in.
That's actually answer E. It says uses a Logitech controller with paddle shifting.
Well, one said D-pad, so I'm going to go with the D-pad. But that would be really weird if you said with a D-pad.
Nothing said D-pad. There was voice
H-pad.
command.
H-pad.
Yeah, yeah.
No, there was
yeah.
an H pattern gearbox.
Or
Close
voice
enough. I'm
command.
going that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm going.
I went C.
The answer is C. It's a
You guys
sequential.
are fucking idiots.
I've missed
Huh?
when they went bang.
What was the answer?
The answer was C. F1 uses paddle shifters, and supercars uses a sequential gear lever. So you said A, where supercars use a manual H pattern gearbox, which is the old, in your normal car.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. No, they don't do that.
Whereas,
I thought they did.
whereas
But
well, they
what was, but wasn't there two that had had F1 cars using pedal shifters?
yeah,
Those-
What was the other one using pedal shifters?
Sequential gear levers.
sequential gearbox, gear lever. So it's where they just go down and up.
What was the correct answer?
That
one.
That one.
Down and up.
Sequential.
Right. And so what was the other sequential one?
There wasn't another.
That was the
sequential
only-
one.
You
Sequential.
said there was F1 sequential in both A and.
No, paddle shifters in both.
Pedal shifters for F1.
So what was the correct answer? Which was?
Piss.
I'm going to sleep, man.
Last question. Yeah. All right, this one's the easiest
I
one.
thought Cree was joking. I called him a fucking idiot. And he just goes, huh?
I'm so confused. I forget what A is by the time it gets to B.
All right, question 10, last question. Which of these tracks has hosted both a supercars and a Formula One event? A.
Australia.
Technically right. Yeah, well done. A.
four.
Albert Park in Melbourne. B. Bathurst Mount Panorama. C. Phillip Island. Or D. Winton Raceway.
They're all Australia.
They are. That's why I said technically correct.
Was there one in Melbourne?
Yeah, A.
I think
Albert
A.
I think it's that one.
It is Albert Park, Melbourne.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
I feel like I simultaneously learnt a lot and also
Talked about
lost brain
piss for 10
cells.
minutes.
yeah.
I am to please.
And what's your bet?
So I've taken some of the
How much piss could a piss man piss if a piss man could piss?
That's right. I've taken the top pisses, and and what I've done is I've just done like a same race multi, so you can put them in top 10, top 6 or
Okay.
podium. So I've got Brock Feeney top 6, Cam Waters top 6, Will Brown top 6,
Top piss.
top piss, and Brody Kosecki pissing on the podium. So those four pay $6.44, and you know what? That's gonna.
And I got
I'm
Tap it out.
gonna get that money. I'm gonna piss it away.
I got
Nice,
Cam
nice.
Waters drinks so much that he pisses. I got another guy that pisses in someone else's mouth. I got one guy piss.
I didn't realize Cam Ward was a dual sport athlete.
Oh, what else
He,
did
he
he
should
do?
be in OTAs right now, but he's
Who?
Cam Ward.
Waters.
No, Waters.
Waters.
That's why I made the.
He's the Monster
Piss
Energy
joke.
guy
Let's go.
With
who
rubbing.
rubbed off those other guys.
Yeah, that's my pisser.
That sounded racist.
yeah, I said with it, eh?
It's not racist.
It's all right.
if
He's
you're
in Europe. Yeah, he's in
Yeah,
Europe.
true,
true.
true.
Nice.
Do you want to go next, Harry?
I don't, yeah.
You know what's crazy? Is
I
that-
kind of also need a piss.
You know what's crazy though?
You know what? I didn't actually have make a piss segment in my segment on my notes, but I should have. I'll change it now just for remembering later.
You know what's crazy is that Sluice is traveling around Europe right now.
He is, yeah.
You,
yeah.
you might see him in the group chat in a couple days slang around that N word. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's legal over there.
I doubt it. Just
Oh, sorry. Oh my god.
Oh,
Sorry, Trey.
Jesus.
the
I don't even
Tiger's
know how
pissed
that
on his phone.
That's the best team in baseball.
Oops.
He's snorting his foam again.
He's gonna get his nose down further.
Holy fuck, man.
All right.
How do we follow that?
Well, you go, and then I got something weird. So
You do an 11-question quiz.
It's stuff about shitting. Chuck that in.
you did? You go?
I'll go, man.
Okay.
You said you got something weird, so let's
Yeah, I
kind
got
of
something weird. So
give it a break from the
yeah,
weird.
We'll take a break from the weird.
So I got surfing,
Our favourite sport.
which we love to bet on here
Yeah, absolutely.
at Tackle for Loss because it's always there. And I went and looked at it today. I'll just double check that it's not updated. Nope, futures and outrights for August.
Okay, well, we got to keep that in mind. Something going on in August.
But that's to win the world championship. So
Right, yeah.
you probably have to bet on it before August.
True.
For sure. For sure.
But you think surfing. What do you think of?
There we go. What do we think of?
You think of
Wetsuit person?
the beach, sand,
Yeah.
rally cars.
Of course.
I think of rally
yeah.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surfing off the land.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stop laughing. Or you think of water.
Yeah, we did think of water.
Why?
Yeah,
That's probably the first thing you think of, actually.
Yeah, good point.
And what happens when you freeze water?
Ice.
Ice.
Yeah.
I've gone back to what I know, and I'm betting on ice hockey.
Sweet. I mean,
Nice.
it's the finals, playoffs.
It is the Stanley Cup final start tomorrow.
Yes.
Wait, that's the same link that I did when I missed surfing because it wasn't there.
We were wondering what you
Yeah, we couldn't
did.
figure it out.
Because he
pretty
did
fast.
volleyball and he did
did.
rally.
Yeah, yeah.
I did
yeah.
ice
Yeah,
hockey.
we did ice
Yeah,
hockey.
well,
Yep.
tough. I'm doing it again.
Okay.
Game one of the Stanley Cup finals tomorrow, Panthers Oilers.
Yep.
I'm not going to bet on that because it'll be too soon before the graphic and
That it
the
will be.
episode.
Yep.
So I'm going to bet on game two on Saturday. Obviously, this bet won't have odds until probably Friday.
Yep.
I'll get that to you then. But I know I'm going to take Panthers -1.5
Okay.
because I think they're just going to. Last year, this was the same final. Crease staring at his beer with his finger. It was the last final. The Panthers won the first 3 games quite dominantly.
Okay.
So I think it happens again.
Yep.
I'm going to have Sam Bennett to score because every time Sam Bennett scores, he donates to a animal like
That's cool.
charity.
Sick.
So it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And what was the last thing? I had it in my head. And to be over 5.5 or 6.5 goals. Or
Oh,
whatever
you
it is.
reckon big game?
I think it's going to be a big game.
Sweet.
So I reckon that'll probably come around to $6-ish.
Yep.
So that is my
So you're
ice hockey
taking-
bet.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's
What
kinda-
happens if Florida in this first game lose 4-1?
Then it's just a scene out process, and they'll get them on the second game after the.
So you still, yeah, okay.
So that's my bet.
Kind of crazy that it's the same matchup.
Well, they're the 2 best teams in hockey.
Yeah, but I mean,
I was listening to Chicklets today, and they're like, "Yeah, it was always going to happen."
right. Yeah. And I suppose it would be hard to predict next
Now
year.
that
but
makes for great TV.
it hasn't made a.
Two teams that were there last year.
Yeah. Look, hey, as big football guys, we can't really throw shade.
No, well, no, I'm not throwing
Eagles
shade.
Chiefs
I'm
has
not throwing
happened 2
shade
times
at
in the
the.
last 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing shade at the sport. I'm throwing shade at it is boring if it's in any sport.
Yeah.
The same 2 teams
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
the
totally.
finals.
Bro,
Absolutely.
Did you know there was like a 4-year period where the Cleveland Cavaliers played the Golden State Warriors in the finals, just 4 years in a row?
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. How often has it happened in hockey? Do you know?
Uh,
Has there been any super dominant ones?
not since I've started watching it. Tampa Bay won in 2021.
Yeah.
So back-to-back years. Before that, I think I'm not actually too sure. A fun little hockey thing though. You think of hockey, big hockey stars. You got Wayne Gretzky, Sidney Crosby, and Connor McDavid,
You're
right?
not
Yeah,
Sweeney.
yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
No, he said Sidney Crosby, but yes.
He instantly went.
Oh,
Sweeney.
you're right.
Yeah.
My bad. Wayne Gretzky, the first time he ever got to the Stanley Cup Finals, lost to the Islanders.
Yeah.
The next year, he won it against the Islanders.
Ah.
Sidney
Wow.
Crosby, first time getting to the Stanley Cup, lost to the Red Wings. Next year, beat the Red Wings.
Sure.
McDavid,
Wow.
last year, first time getting the Cup,
Ah.
beat the Panthers. Oh, lost
They
to the
lost to
Panthers. So,
maybe.
This
it
year
happens,
he beats
Yeah.
the Panthers.
And we have a rivalry going purely because I took the oil a couple of weeks ago.
you
as
did.
The outright winner.
And I'm
so
just a Panthers fan.
You're a Panthers
so.
fan. There we go. Cool.
Fun little-
Would
fun
you,
little hockey
if you
things.
had to chuck a bet on for the first game, I know it's not obviously relevant to the show, but like, what would you throw together?
Ooh.
I'd chuck a dry saddle anytime.
Yeah, maybe Draisaitl any game, any time.
Goal scorer.
You probably got a good chance of getting a Carter Verhaeghe goal in there as well. He's a very good. Player.
Let's go same game multi. Anytime. What are we doing? Anytime Draisaitl.
Yep. And Carter Verhaeghe.
anytime goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what you can bet on in hockey.
Just unders and
you
overs
got
and shit.
lines, you got period 1, period 2, period 3 markets, you got scoring markets, totals, line totals, goal markets, scoring markets. Come on, guys, give me something to bet on here.
Who's gonna be the dominant first period team?
Yeah, period 1 market.
Oh,
I think the Oilers,
Oilers
will
probably.
be.
Oil?
Yeah.
yeah. They always come out real strong.
Okay.
Panthers always.
First period
beat them.
correct score.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
The amount of clutch Panthers shit I've seen happen.
Yeah, they're fucking
Yeah.
insane.
So let's go period, first period, Oilers 0.5 over.
And then
Yep.
last period,
Yeah.
0.5
You wanna do that
over
one?
for the Panthers.
For the Panthers.
Yep.
Period
Yeah,
3
there we go.
markets.
That's fun.
Here we go. Florida Panthers 0.5 over. See, that's paying fuck all.
Interesting.
$1.48 for them to score in the third.
Huh.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, 4-leg multi paying $9.
Sick.
Yeah, I like
$2
it.
for it,
yeah.
Let's chuck a few dollars on that. Why
Sweet.
not?
There we go.
So now we've all got a bit of skin in the game. That's on the
Yeah.
the channel.
You should just screenshot that and just post it to a story tomorrow.
Yeah, why
To
not?
a
Yeah,
story.
That's the first thing, yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Aaron. Always a little bit of hockey talk.
I enjoy it.
Cool. So this week I got. You know how you're always getting tennis. That's like your
Tennis elbow.
Tennis elbow. He's got
Yeah.
tennis elbow. Yeah. Bad knees, tennis elbow.
Well, I keep getting tennis and rugby.
Yeah. So I think my version of that is golf. I always end up getting golf.
Yeah.
And I'm the one guy in this show that does not play golf as well.
Right. Yeah.
So did you guys get my message today? Because I was going to turn to you guys for help.
No, you didn't
No?
send any message.
No, you didn't message
Fuck,
me.
I must have forgotten to message you. But that's a really good thing because it's a good thing I wrote a script for everyone. So you've got a colour.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And so you just have to read your lines. That's all you got to do.
Cheers, bud.
Don't read ahead because, you want to experience it
What's
as
my
you
colour?
go.
Okay, I'm blue guy.
You're a blue guy.
Oh, my. Green guy.
Yeah. So
I'm pink.
I'm calling it a little bit of a golf insurance, but you'll see as we go. So everyone ready?
Sure.
You're sales guys, right? You're trying to sell me,
Right.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, you're
I'd
trying to
sell
sell
you.
me.
I'd be a pimp.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'll start because I wrote the first thing. So, and action. Stephen Alka, Ernie Els, Thong Chai JD. Is that a real person? Is this a trap?
Did you just try to bet on golf without professional support?
Do you know what a fade is? A draw? A greens and regulation stat?
Do you want to back a guy because he looks like he loads spearmint up a Dickie Wars style and you relate to that emotionally?
Yes.
Then say less. You need Golf Betters Insurance.
What?
Golf Betters Insurance protects you from the 3 biggest dangers of betting on golf. 1. Basing picks on names that sound elite. 2. Betting on someone because of a sick edit on Reels. 3. Betting all your money on a big cat multi because you want to win big.
I once bet on a golfer named Will Zalatoris because I thought he sounded like a wizard. My dad died June 2nd, 2021. Second round of the Memorial Tournament. Tiger missed the cut. Zalatoris missed everything. I missed my father.
Powerful.
I
Powerful
don't
stuff.
just preach this, I live it. I've never lost a golf bet in my life. I've got sharp picks, elite intuition, and small balls. Okay, my balls are normal length. That's a fucking lie.
No, read the script.
Sorry. No, that's what it says in there. Like disturbingly strong. No, that's not true. But my win rate freakishly large.
We offer flexible cover depending on your degeneracy level.
First off, bronze cover caddy confidence. We refund 20% of your bet if your golfer loses, but look like he knew where the wind was going.
Oh.
Silver cover collapse protection. If your guy leads after 54 holes, but chokes hard on the 18th, that's a claimable trauma.
Yeah, makes sense.
And gold cover, name-based regret reimbursement. Bet on someone named Love the Third or Quigley because it made you laugh.
It
Full
did.
refund, no questions.
And with every policy, you get one emergency live chat with a golf whisperer. Usually our Asian employee, Chris.
Well, what if I back Steven Striker because I see him smile in a thumbnail when he has warm energy?
Claim approved.
What if I bet on Miguel Angel Jimenez because I heard he smoked cigars mid-round?
That's not a bet. That's a spiritual investment. Covered.
What if I put a 6-leg same tourney multi-involving longest drive winner, first round leader, closest to the pin, most birdies and fewest strokes?
Denied. That's insane, even for us.
Okay, let's insure this bad boy. I'm going to go for the 2025 American Family Insurance Championship on Saturday because it's a funny name.
Let's go, King.
Then I'm going to make a multi.
Go off, King. I love a multi because I'm financially irresponsible.
Top 10 finish. Wee plus Yang, paying $2.38 because it's a funny duo name.
You're covered, King.
Top 5 finish. Guzin and Wilson, paying $3.50 because it's a funny duo name.
I'm noticing a trend here, King.
And outright winner, Kink and Tom's, paying $15 because it's a funny duo name.
Okay, this King's an idiot.
Place the bet, breathe deep. The golf gods are cruel, but we are here.
To low scores, missed cuts, and coverage.
Two camera, yeah.
Sorry, 2 camera. Golf insurance, because no one actually understands golf betting, and that's okay.
Terms and conditions apply. Side effects may include refund denial, bonus bets with zero value, and emotional relapse. Bet responsibly.
Cool, there we go. That's my bet, boys. Thanks for all the help.
Nice, mate. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, no, loved it.
Um,
Thanks for reminding me, man.
yeah, good bet, good bet. Literally a couple of days after he posted a story about how he misses his father, you just
Yeah,
ripped
it's
that one
4
in there.
years, man.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
As I
that's
found the
nice.
specific date.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense. Yep.
You could have just
Yep.
watched the reel from a couple days,
I
a
could have
couple
done
weeks
that
ago.
too,
I
yeah.
mentioned
Yeah.
it on there. A lot of chat about that, actually.
What reel?
The,
Oh, right.
yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Very nice.
All right,
Very cool.
sweet. Well, that's
That's the
how,
bets.
Harry. How long have we been going? I feel like that took us a long time just to get our bets out.
Yeah.
so much piss talk.
Grayson's fucking 25
Probably about
questions.
just under an hour.
Sweet.
Holy, fair enough. I mean, I don't.
I was recording
I
7
don't really
minutes
care. The
before we
more,
started.
the longer it is, the more content. We've gone up a few subscribers. We're now at 46.
Yeah, let's go. Get it up.
Pizza party at 50, I've heard.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we owed a couple pizza parties, to be honest.
A few.
Off a single
it's not
reel.
fair.
We have to pay for it.
yeah.
Yeah. I've got a
Hanging
question
out
for
with the
everyone.
boys. Go
A
on.
question.
Yeah.
Is this a
Yeah.
quiz?
No, it's a question. I'll ask you. There's 4 options here.
Okay.
So it's a quiz.
Yeah.
No, there's It's options, not a fucking question. There's no right answer. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay,
There's
shit,
4
quiz.
options. You can pick
Is
one.
this,
Okay.
is this the questionnaire that they asked before you get into Europe?
I don't think they have one.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, I don't think they do. Here you go. So this is
So how much piss? Oh, sorry.
what if NFL implemented things from other sports?
Okay.
A.
Do you want to hold on? So,
He's trying to make a reel here, dude.
No, forget about it, bro.
think
No,
you
forget
made-
about
I
it.
think you made one.
Don't let me make it real here. Don't let me make some good content or something.
no, that was my point. Do you just want to say it because we kind of cut in? Do you just want to do a fresh cut?
I did start. It starts there. It doesn't start with, "Hi guys, I'm going to do a questionnaire,"
Can you
because
start like that, though?
yeah, and then we get what 3 views on it.
Okay,
Fuck, what's the
rip it.
point?
Sorry, my bad. Rip it.
Leave all of that in, right?
So this is. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna pose myself here.
Yeah.
Everyone have a
Because you
drink.
got to
Yeah,
a
have a
strong
drink,
opening
have a
hook,
drink.
you know.
Cheers, guys. This has
Do
been great.
you know
The Muffin Man.
NFL?
Did you know the NFL is implementing these into the season next year?
Really?
Yeah, pick one. Pick what one's your favorite? A. They're making the Super Bowl either a 3-game, 5-game, or 7-game series in different states across the US. You know that? B. They have a minor league coming in that's below the NFL, which is going to lead for relegation and promotion.
Okay.
C. They are changing overtime rules again to college overtime rules. Start on the 2025, whatever the fuck it is, and play ball. Or D. They're letting dudes drop their helmets and fight it out.
Oh.
So I don't know if any of those are actually happening.
No
But
rumor. No,
fuck
the
me,
rumor.
they should.
The rumor mill. The rumor mill is all of them are.
But what would we prefer?
Well, it's,
Okay,
it's
I
not
know
the
mine.
series Super Bowl.
No, that's shit. My one is
Okay, no,
I wouldn't mind it, though.
Yeah, let's talk about. Hold up, you would not
Nah.
want a multi.
I would not. No.
A 3-game
takes-
Super Bowl.
Nah.
No, it
Nah.
takes the pedigree of the
Yep.
Super Bowl away.
Totally. You like the Super
I
Bowl
think
is such a
Game
big
1 does not fucking matter.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Make it a 3-game series. game 1's just important as game 2 or 3 if it gets to game 3. If you win game 1, game 2, it makes it not a bad bowl in a way. You know, it's kind of like how dominant were. It's another factor of how dominant were they. How good was it to watch that Super? You always talk about, that was a great Super Bowl to watch. Well, was it what? Was it 1 in 2 games? Was it a fucking? Let's say Eagles played another one last year and they won 35-16. Well, no, that was a shit to watch Super Bowl because it was a 2-game series. They stomped them. It just, I think it adds a little bit.
Yeah, no, I still.
Imagine if it goes 1-1, goes to game 3.
I can't get
But then you
behind
might
it.
as well just have one
Just have one.
because it's tied before they have one.
Yeah, but you get to watch it 3 times.
Nah, I think it would cheapen the whole thing. I love just it being the big
Yeah.
game. You know, it is.
Okay.
It's such a bright spot, and I genuinely
And
think.
also, player safety.
Oh, I couldn't give a shit.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing about the NHL and how they have their 7-game series.
See, I think.
Do you think? Okay, so the quick opposite question then.
Yeah,
Do you think the NHL should change it to a 1-game
Yeah,
final?
does it
Yes.
cheapen
I
the,
don't.
I
the
do.
Stanley Cup?
So why don't they? Why shouldn't they? In your
It's
opinion?
just like that. I guess it's because you're just used to it now. So I don't want them to change it.
Fair
I like
enough.
how it is.
See, I would change it. I'd change it for NHL and I'd change it for NBA. I'm a big 1-game guy.
But do you not? Okay, then do you not also see like if it like in the NBA, like in NHL, if teams win it in 5 games, 4 games, whatever it is, 3-1, 5-2.
Yeah.
5-game series are the worst series. A gentleman's sweep, they call it.
Yeah,
like
well, exactly. But
4-0, you can go, it's dominance. 5-1, you're like, they kind of gave up for a game and didn't give a shit.
True.
but don't you think it's kind of like a you have room to there be like a fight in it in a way. You can win 1 game but come back in it.
Yeah.
You know,
Nah.
like it's the dominant team. What happened if the Eagles? Yeah, they won this first game. What if they had to play 2 more and they fucking got smoked? Then got smoked. You'd be like, well, shit. Actually, the Eagles aren't that good. They got lucky.
I mean,
You know what I mean? Like,
I
it-
suppose, but no,
it's-
I still very much just enjoy the one.
You could play
game
your
thing.
whole season, be the dominant team
Yeah.
the whole season, and then lose 1 game in the final, and
Yeah,
that's
I
your.
suppose
Hey, do you
Patriots
mean-
would have a couple more rings.
They ain't clutch.
Okay, then next one. What about this? Would you implement? You have a minor league below the NFL, which then adds into relegation promotion.
Now, that's the one that has my vote. I would love a minor league. I think that'd be so cool because I think there's so much talent out there, not only in the States but worldwide. And I think if you had these,
It'd be a good pathway for international
Yeah,
players.
yeah, good.
Not NFL caliber. Make it into
Yeah.
one of these teams. If they're the best team, they get promoted, kind of thing.
And I totally think it would be, you would have more things to watch. Like NFL, you've only got X amount to watch, but by having that minor thing, you can I can catch an NBA, NFL game there, plus the minor league, more teams to support, more storylines. I think it would be just a fantastic thing.
Minor league games play Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, our time.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that.
Yeah.
They all play in the 2 days.
You could still have your big spots for your Sunday night football and your Monday
Well,
night
you don't
football.
put minor league on the same days.
Exactly, yeah.
Different days of the
would-
week.
It could run through because it doesn't need to be like. It still doesn't need to be baseball kind of level where
I'm not a fan of
equal amount
baseball minor league.
Yeah.
I don't like it because every team has a second team. I don't like that. I want to see.
Yeah, that's not promotion relegation.
No, I want to see
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
teams in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it would be
Yeah.
fucking unreal because at the end of the day, I love football. I want more football, even though I just said I don't want more Super Bowls. That would be wicked.
if you come last, you don't get first overall pick. You get booted.
Yeah.
The team that comes up gets first overall pick as well. Imagine that.
So many Cinderella stories for minor teams and players. Like I think there's probably a lot of really good players out there that just don't make it, right?
Yeah,
Because that
for
league
sure.
is you've only got X amount of players.
Forget being, and they're being really undrafted free agents. You have the draft. The rest of the people that didn't get drafted,
Yeah.
there's now a second draft that is the minor league then drafts the rest of those players.
Yeah.
Would you only have it as the bottom team that gets relegated, or would
Or
you
could do a
have?
couple or something.
Well, I
yeah.
think because of the draft. I mean, well,
Because
actually,
in
to
the
be
last
fair-
couple of years, you'd be gone. You'd probably be gone.
Yeah. But then
We can
both these
third.
years we'll be back.
You're
There's,
exactly
there's,
right.
there's
Yeah.
no guarantee though. You'd have to win or be in the
True,
top
but we wouldn't get it.
echelon of
But
that
also,
minor league.
players
Get
are
our
locked in.
picks.
You'd have to. I mean, this is a fault, like a fairy tale kind of thing. But I went straight to you'd have to think of contracts and players locked in because if those pro players go play the minor league teams, then chances are Like, you put Dexter Lawrence against a minor league offensive line, he's just going to run straight through.
Here's the
him.
thing: you got a
Which
massive.
is not something we need
Yeah.
to discuss. I went straight to that.
You've
though.
got a massive positive when it comes to more entertaining to watch in a way, right? There's a lot more in it for when you're the bottom team instead of like. Because when you're a bottom team, it's kind of like you want to start losing. You don't care if you
Yeah.
win because you
But
want to
you'd
get a pick.
lose. I reckon you'd lose some of your star players on those teams. They wouldn't want to play in the minor
Or
league.
they lose
they
their
have,
contracts
like-
up. They'd go. Here's the problem, right? Here's the
true,
problem it leads
divas.
to.
They'd sit.
Here's the
Yeah.
problem. So the positive has got some things. Here's a big negative. You would end up in a way like the Premier League where there's a very clear top 5
Right.
Yeah.
that will never get relegated
Yeah.
and will always finish in the top 10.
And then
in a way.
the same thing with the Premier League is the same 3 teams go up and down just constantly. Just
Right.
swaps.
Interesting.
Just
Yeah,
swap
so
over.
I think there's definitely a little bit there,
Yeah.
but I would like to see it more in terms of there being a second league, even if you don't have promotion relegation, but a second NFL league where it lets dudes play in an environment like the NFL. That's not USFL because no one's watching
Well,
the
then,
UFL.
then you
No
get
one's
into
watching
like
it.
the baseball minor leagues or the
But I don't want
like-
second. You know what? I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a very fine line. Okay, moving to the next one. College overtime rules.
that's the one
Should
my
already,
vote.
should already be a thing.
Should be a thing.
That's
already be a
what
thing,
that's
yeah.
what my vote's for.
Here's another rule I wrote down, crossed it out. That was similar to college. There's another overtime rule I thought. What instead of what they have now, and if you don't want to go college overtime rules, you go golden touchdown. There's no field goals. Field goals don't matter.
Yeah. Next
But
touchdown
but
wins.
it
And
is-
there's no
it is-
time limit.
There's no time limit.
Like
It-
playoff
it-
hockey.
It plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. It plays until it's golden goal, but golden touchdown.
That would be
You
electric.
play until there's a touchdown.
Yeah.
3-hour long game.
Yeah.
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 It'd be sick as hell.
That
though.
would be so
That would be cool. Like you'd be on the edge of your seat for
That
the
would be
whole
just-
time.
yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
time.
There would be some in the trenches.
I
type
don't think
shit
you'd ever
too, yeah.
get. I don't think you'd ever get sick of it.
Yeah.
You would never turn it off because it's getting more electric. The
Oh,
more
as-
time
as
that
you
goes
know,
on.
Once you turn it off, they're going to score a touchdown.
Only thing
Yeah.
is you have more risk of injury now.
Yeah.
Fatigue.
Oh, totally.
Fatigue's at an
Yeah,
all-time
yeah,
max.
yeah.
So I don't know
Absolutely.
about.
But
But
still, I
hey,
like
college
that.
overtime rules almost helps injury because all you do you play the end zone. That's all you
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like the college overtime.
Then that's
rule.
something like these other ones big to set up.
Yeah.
College overtime, you can write that rule in now for
Yes.
as you say.
Yeah.
For
It
the
would
next
not matter.
season.
Yep,
Yeah.
I think you could. I think honestly, I think in the next five to 10 years you will see that.
100%.
Yeah,
I
I
think they
think-
will.
I agree.
I think they
Yeah.
will. Last one then. Imagine college overtime rules in the Super Bowl.
That'd be sick. It goes to like an 8
That would
overtime.
be unfucking
Unreal.
real.
Yeah.
Last one, let the dudes drop their helmets and fight it out.
I like that one too.
If you throw your helmet off and the other guy doesn't, you're booted and suited. You're
And
off.
he's a
Booted and
scumbag.
suited,
It's,
yeah.
like, it's just like a hockey
Um,
thing. If you drop the glove, you
yeah.
have to go.
Yeah.
And then what's the penalty for fighting? Because NHL still has
Oh
a
yeah, true.
has a penalty
you're,
for game.
you're off for the next drive.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like that.
drive.
Offense,
Yeah, makes
defense,
sense.
no matter what
Yeah,
side you're on,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
off for the
Yeah.
next drive.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you wouldn't be down a player though, right?
Well,
No,
you could do it that way.
You're not in hockey. If both players get kicked for fighting, they
Oh,
just
I
go
see
back
what
to
you're saying.
5v5.
Yeah,
and
You
then
could
they
do
have
it
a
either. You
5-minute
could go,
penalty.
well, now you got 10 men, so it means more open room, right? If you guys fight,
Yeah.
well, then I guess
I
it would
don't-
always favour the offense
I
because you
don't
always
think
got
you
more
could
room.
do that because it would the scales would tip
Yeah. Well,
massively.
that's-
But now you got-
also
now you gotta bring
anyone-
in your wide receiver
anyone
three.
who dropped their gloves or threw their helmet off would then also be cut from that team the next Monday. You know what I mean? Like because they'd be putting their team in such a bad position.
But imagine you take your helmet off,
Yeah.
you fight a guy, their DB1's now concussed and can't play the rest of the game.
Well, that's the other
You've
thing.
got a
People,
massive
people would
advantage
just
now.
go target the quarterbacks and like D lineman would just go drop the helmet next to the quarterback. And
Well,
go,
no,
"Let's
quarterback
fight."
would just never take his off.
Well, I feel that's probably an interesting thing that comes up with like say like Super Rugby or whatever. That if you get penalised, you have to go to the sin bin, and you are down a man for the next either yellow card amount of time or red. You're out for the game.
Yeah.
Shit.
So you're constantly
interesting.
down that
Yeah,
man for
yeah,
the rest of
yeah.
the game.
So I don't think you could do
And
that
it
in
fucks you
NFL
pretty much the
because
rest of the game.
Yeah.
well, NFL it'd be exponential.
You'd
Oh,
get-
yeah.
you'd
Being
get
down
clips.
an offensive player,
Yeah.
you're fucked. That just defense would just smother you.
Yeah.
Bring in
Yeah,
another
yeah.
lineman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
D line,
Yeah.
and then on same on offense, you bring in another receiver, an extra tight end or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're now just
Defense
first down after first down
struggle.
after first down. It doesn't matter.
It really does show, like, discussing that one, because, you know, a lot of people who aren't educated on the NFL, they just think it's guys just running at each other, ball gets
Yeah, for
thrown.
sure.
It really does show the chess match of it. You know, you remove
sure.
one element and
Yeah.
make it an 11v10.
Yeah.
It does not work
Yeah,
anymore.
you
at
can't
all.
just
Yeah.
fucking we'll chuck them all on defense.
Yeah.
That does not work. It's
Yeah.
just So that one was a bit throw out there.
Yeah, fun.
Obviously, will not that's nowhere near happening.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't think it ever should, in my
Yeah.
opinion. but it's an interesting. But yeah, those are my 4 rules you could implement from other sports.
I like them.
Very nice.
Yeah, I totally think. And see, here's the thing: you have that minor league, you can fuck around with the rules.
No,
Yeah, you could.
no,
if
you
wanted
got no. That's the point. It has to
Have to
be
keep
the
it
same. It has to be the same.
Oh, you couldn't.
Well, that's what
Right,
essentially that's what the UFL now is, though. They'll test
Yeah,
rules
true.
there.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good point. Yeah,
So-
yeah, that's a very good point. No, nice.
Yeah.
I like-
That's
I
that's
like
what I
that.
got.
So I've got a take.
Okay.
So last week I had some WNBA takes.
Yeah.
So I've kind of got an NBA WNBA take. Like a bit of both. And this is a shout out to Bean Like Sports on Instagram, who I saw his reel and it kind of put me onto this. So WNBA fans think they're ready for NBA Twitter. But let me be the first to tell you, they are not.
Who
So,
said they are?
WNBA fans, their fan base. They want to be on that same
They
level,
want,
right?
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then
Yeah, they want that talk. But so one soft foul in a WNBA game triggered a full-on meltdown. Quote tweets, essays, think pieces all over a foul that wouldn't even make the NBA Twitters, it wouldn't even get a post. But I get it. There's some momentum going for the WNBA, and the Twitter is growing. But the banning accounts of some mild memes. So take Angel Reese, for example. She blocked Twitter user NBA Central, who's quite big on NBA.
Centel, baby.
Central, yeah, for tweeting, breaking. Angel Reese just got a $2 raise from her $73,439 salary. Congrats at Angel Reese with a little bag emoji. So he then doubled down after he got blocking and said, the WNBA has drug tested Angel Reese following her 13-point explosion, per sources. So
NBA Centel's one of the best Twitter accounts.
yeah,
man.
he's
I love
unreal.
it.
But so that's kind of the level. That's as bad as it's getting in WNBA. But then you go over to the NBA Twitter, and it's a completely different level. So Tyrese Halliburton sent a game to OT against the New York Knicks in the playoffs. And NBA Twitter immediately photoshops him as Osama bin Halliburton and starts calling the Pacers the Halliban. And they bombed New York. Their version of doubling down is when the Pacers won game 2, they started tweeting they hit the second tower. And Ryan, I'll send it to you so you can throw it up for the audience. But I have a photo here of the Photoshop, which I'll just put in. You guys got your phones on you?
Yeah.
I'll just put it in chat
I've
for you
seen
there.
it. It's so good,
and so
man.
that's the thing. Everyone in the audience can see it. So now it's the Pacers. Now it's the Pacers versus the Thunder in the finals, and so the Pacers versus the Thunder in the finals is now being dubbed Halliban versus Shisus. Shy. So check your phone again. I just sent that. Ryan put it up on screen. So it's not just a difference in tone. This is
Oh my fucking god.
this is NBA Twitter and WNBA Twitter. Respectfully, you're still playing in the G League compared to these guys. So that's just my take for this week. As I say, thanks for being like sports for putting me onto that.
No, that's
That's
awesome.
some
I
unreal
love
shit.
that. I love that.
That's why my thing last week for the bet, I put the Halliban running to New York.
Dude, I love
it's
this.
unreal, eh?
I think it's
so
great.
good.
And the thing is, like you were saying in before, it's a good point of there is stuff circulating. It definitely is gaining momentum
Yeah.
on all social medias and just in the news and on sports shows and all that kind of stuff. A year ago we never would have fucking mentioned
Shit,
WNBA,
no.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's been two
2 weeks in a
episodes,
row,
yeah,
yeah.
where we're talking about it, and it goes to show that it definitely is getting momentum and it is getting people talking.
Yeah.
You have to realize as WNBA players and as a league and as teams, you cannot get butthurt
No.
because
No.
the problem is, right, they are seeing it just like they saw Caitlin Clark, right?
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark brought everything into the league, and they're going, no, we don't want that. You're all the kind of stuff about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, yeah.
You're missing the point of Caitlin Clark's brought everything to the new side of things when it comes to WNBA.
Yeah.
Same as this, right? You are banning accounts and crying about posts that are getting made on WNBA, yet you cannot. This is what will progress you guys even further
Yeah.
and promote you even further. you're complaining about the wrong things here. Like,
Yeah,
be
totally.
glad. Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
Take
That's what I was gonna say.
take the negativity
Yep.
and run with it.
It's good for the culture.
100%.
This is good culture.
This
That
is,
is fucking hilarious.
this is elite sport culture.
Yeah.
And if you can't deal with that shit, same as everyone loving Caitlin Clark, that is elite sport nature. You will have people on social media and the general public loving one player and
Yeah.
hating everyone else.
Shit, I remember when we got our first haters on the show.
Oh, I loved it.
And it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, I loved it.
Hate away.
Yeah.
When I was doing the whole surfing thing, I was either going to go surfing and doing it on ice or whatever. I was going to go internet surfing because I think the NBA has the best memes on the internet.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And I was gonna do it that way.
Absolutely. It's half of them I don't understand them because I'm
That's
not
the
quite there
thing.
yet.
I understand a
good.
few of them, and
Yeah.
I it's like I want to share this with the boys, but I don't think they'll get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Centel is great, so I only just found out about him for
Centel's
researching this.
fucking hilarious.
And his stuff with LeBron is just like LeBron. Because that's the other thing. He gets players, so he'll tweet stuff, and it will go like Stephen A. will talk about it
Yeah.
without realizing it's not true.
Because
or,
when
like, things like that.
before it started, there was an account called NBA Central,
Yes.
which would
Right,
tweet all
one
the
of those
news and all
ones.
of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
and all
yeah,
of that,
gotcha.
and
Yeah,
he became NBA Centel.
It's the
So
same logo and
nice.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that-
getting Centelled is now a meme
Yes.
in basketball.
That
Yeah,
same thing happened with Adam Schefter in NFL.
Oh, did
Same
it?
thing happened where he shared stuff and
Yeah.
like copied stuff and didn't realize
It's
that it was
just
a
a
meme.
meme.
They took something that was very true,
Yeah.
changed a little bit of it. So what they changed was there was a page. I think it was I can't remember what page or what page it was on Twitter or something. But it was when Travis Hunter got married last week or got engaged. The thing was when he got engaged.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, I think it was when he got married or something like that. And there was a meme page that posted the whole thing about just a very generic write-up like, congratulations to Travis Hunter and his partner, whatever, got married this weekend. Travis Hunter, 23, and what's her name, 37. And so you saw, and then there's a photo of the both of them at their wedding,
Yeah,
whatever it was.
yeah.
So Adam Schefter's post was almost a direct copy of it, like congratulations, breaking news, Travis Hunter and his partner just got married. Travis Hunter 23 and what's her name 37, and everyone in the comments going 37, holy fucking money bag of bullshit. And so then he deleted it and then obviously reposted it with like 23-year-old and like, oh god. But it's just
So
funny,
good.
like
Yeah.
I think you gotta either. It's tough, I guess, being a very serious reporter. Because you can't,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much is fake.
Yeah.
You cannot fucking tell
Yeah. Oh,
what's
shit,
real.
yeah. It's just gonna get
However,
worse, too.
I think
They've-
the
they've got-
Hully band's not real.
Oh, you reckon?
Just in case any.
yeah.
That's
yeah,
in Europe, though.
No, I think that's the Taliban.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I think that's not really the.
They've
Close,
got
but
they've
the
got
real
the guys
ones.
on the Pat
be
McAfee
honest,
show
I
a
saw
couple
something.
times as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they'll bring up things on the screen, and then because they're still a YouTube live show.
Yes,
And all the
yeah,
comments, it's just like, "Lol." It's so good. There was a
You
good
gotta love
baseball
it.
one over the weekend as well. I can't remember the exact. It was about, I think Jeff Passan, who's a really big MLB insider, like the biggest one. He tweeted something about the Rockies being 9-50 or some shit, and that they are actually 9-50.
Oh, really?
But then someone replied was like, Jet, I'm so sad. My wife and I are getting a divorce. Blah blah blah. And he said, he's asked him, what should I do? And Passan just replies, she says hi, because he knew the account.
Yeah.
And then he went on McAfee show the next day. It was like, oh, that's Barry McCockiner. I've had him a couple times.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, yeah, it's all for the culture. If you want to be a professional sports player,
Yeah,
it's
and
gonna come
that
with
was
it.
one
Get
of the
with it.
most one of the most viral things going around baseball. Like,
You can't be sitting there going as WNBA saying we want the publicity, we want the pay, but we don't want the hate, and we don't want the superstars, and we all want to be treated equally, and
And we don't want the whites.
we don't. But you know what I mean? You can't
Yeah.
say we want all the good from the NBA, but we don't want any of the bad from the NBA. Like,
Totally.
come on now, like you don't just get to fucking pick and choose.
Yeah, man.
You're getting dealt what gets dealt when you're a elite level sports league.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah,
You're going to get people that defend the fuck out of you, which they do.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. The amount of fucking weirdos that seem to say, "Oh no, WNBA is better than the NBA." They exist. There's fuckloads of them, right? But then that's great and all. You cannot then say, well, no, but we don't want the people saying that the WNBA sucks. No, you can't have that.
Yeah.
Like,
No, absolutely.
even the NBA has people saying the NBA fucking sucks.
yeah. Oh, completely. That's probably most of it,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I've pulled up the tweet thread.
Oh, yes.
So Jeff Passan tweets, the Rockies are now 9-50, which they are also the first team to lose 50 games before they win 10 in baseball history.
Whoa.
Um,
Unreal.
They're on a hell of a
That's
run.
unreal.
And then Barry replies, Jeff, my wife won't talk to me anymore and I think she's having an affair. What should I do? Jeff says, she says hi. Barry, Jeff, why would you say that? Jeff, she said it, bro. I'm just a reporter.
Damn.
And then Barry goes, you call yourself an ESPN insider, but you're going inside my wife, which is too far.
For the culture.
Yeah.
culture,
yeah,
man.
Exactly.
I think that's us.
Spin that wheel.
So we got to spin a wheel.
gotta spin a
and,
wheel.
see what we're doing next
what
week.
sports
Do
are still on? Because a lot of them just aren't.
Someone chuck surfing in, I guess.
I'll chuck surfing in. Even though that doesn't happen till August.
Wheel of names. And we're back. The 4 sports that we have this week. Who bought baseball?
Oh, that was me.
I bought esports. Grace bought the US Open. Harry bought surfing again.
Someone
yeah.
will find
Someone's
a
gonna
All
way
right,
to
who
surfing.
wants?
Well, I went first last time, so not me. I reckon.
You're just hoping someone else gets surfing before it gets to you, right?
Yeah. What? So did you say golf was on there?
Oh, golf. Sorry, you just don't want golf.
Oh God! I swear to God, if I get.
Who wants first?
I'll go first.
Harold, you're getting golf. You got the US Open,
Okay.
which is pretty good, I think.
Yeah,
pretty
I'll
good.
take it.
Who wants
Open these
next?
Cans and pour beer in my
Who
mouth.
wants next? Who
I'll
wants
go.
next?
I'll go next.
Grayson gets next. Would you not want anything?
It's already there.
You get esports.
I'll take
I'll take it.
A lot
Okay,
to
so
explore.
esports.
There's
is
so much
probably
to it.
the
There's so
Yeah,
much.
luckily you didn't get a Cree specific. You know, that has to be exactly
This
this major.
exact-
Yeah,
Imagine like something like
competition, yeah.
super rugby, like awesome rugby or something.
yeah.
That'd fucking suck. Kiefer, do you want what it lands on or what it doesn't land
I
on?
like what it lands on. Give me what God intends.
That's crazy. No one's ever said what it doesn't land on. Maybe once actually, this whole time. So you want what it lands on?
Yeah, what God intends.
Surfing.
Take me to God's country.
I
surf
get baseball. And Cree gets baseball. Yippee!
Hey, wearing a baseball hat. You
I am
got-
too.
Yeah.
I am too.
That's what he was planning for this whole time.
The
Yeah.
Yankees.
In the comments, tell us how many different
Is it
hats
Yankees or
Cree
Mets?
wore. It's a Yankees
What?
hat.
Yankees hat.
Are you restarted?
Start the show and
Yeah, all right,
and watch
restart
it again.
Ryan,
Get the
Ryan
booze.
just edit it, and Ryan put the whole show again from now.
Tell us how many hats Cree wore during the episode. in the
Yeah, if
comments.
you're a true fan.
It's a little Easter egg.
Yeah. Follow us on all the socials, but who am I kidding? If you've listened this far, you already do.
Keith Trainer, look at him rumble.
For real.
50. Watch out, the earth is shaking. He's at the 30.
Tackle your losses with another episode of the Tackle for Loss podcast, the premium New Zealand NFL gambling podcast.
Fires